they killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my Should a murderer go to jail for murder? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. 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 I'm in a hell of a hole. Was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, saved facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me, making this slavery, training my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. Look, ain't no remorse in my bloodstream. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress. She a bombshell. Revenge is served cold. I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. The day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica, and a commanding general, Your Honor. You understand? My name is Officer Kayadwan. See, I say Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai Barakatam to my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Basham Yahweh Shai to my sisters. All right, so tonight is our, you know what I mean, I.S.U.P.K Jamaica Tuesday night Brotherhood class, where we teach Israel to, you know what I mean, love each other. But we can't come together if, you know what I mean, we believe in lies. You have one set of people calling themselves Christian, another set calling themselves Rastafarian, another set calling themselves JLP, and another set calling themselves PMP. See, when we are the children of the Most High, you understand, children of Israel, Yashar Allah in the Hebrew, you understand. So we need to get rid of these, where they call it these strongholds. You understand? That all our people back from their true identity. Once we get our true identity, then we can come together as a people. Then we will know that it is not beneficial for us to love these other nations. You understand? To stop loving the Ethiopians, the Africans. See? They are the ones who are complicit in our slavery. Stop loving the oppressor, the white man. Stop loving the Chinese, who now brags themselves because them know say them dep on top of us here in Jamaica. Exalt themselves, now deciding who and who is a Jamaican. When we were the ones, you know what I mean, who blood, sweat, and tear made Jamaica what Jamaica is. You understand? The Chinese did not have any cultural input in Jamaica. All they did was gain wealth off of us. All these other nations gain wealth and popularity off of us. See, we created reggae music inadvertently. What we did, make Ethiopia some kind of great place. When all Ethiopia is enemies of the Most High. You understand? And then now them claim to take our heritage, talking about Solomon, you know what I mean, had a son called Menelik. We're going to show you where that come from. We're going to show you say that is a lie. Zin, tag your Rastafarian brethren, as me say, tag Sisla, Kalonji, tag Capitan, who else? Queen Ifrika, Zin, who else? All of them. Tag your personal Rastafari brethren with them on the corner where you know them on TikTok. Tag the fake Rastafarian teacher them with them on TikTok. You know what I mean? Like this video, tap up the screen and share it around. You understand? So we will get into it right now, right this moment. All right, so there's a thing called the Kebra Nagast. If you ever heard about Solomon having a son called Menelik and Solomon sleeping with the Queen of Sheba, see, it came from the Kebra Nagast. See, it did not come from the Bible. The Bible did not say Solomon have sex with the Queen of Sheba. There's nowhere in the Bible that says Solomon had sex with the Queen of Sheba. But there is this, we call it now, manuscript, this comic book called Kebra Nagast that claims that this Ethiopian woman had sex with Solomon, saying, and now she bring back home a son who now reigns on the throne of all of Israel. As if Solomon had no other son. As if there wasn't a line of kings who reign in Israel. You understand? That alone should tell you that this Kebra Nagast madness is foolishness. But like every rumor, every lie, it takes on proportion with time. Over time, people born believing this. Same like how the Jewish man today born believing that he's a real Jew. When at one point, they all came to a consensus that they would convert to our culture and call it Judaism. See? That was a common fact in ancient Khazaria. They did that for political reasons, to not get caught up in warfare with two sides of, you know what I mean, conflicting factors. So them take the neutral stance, steal our identity, now call themselves Jews or Jewish. And the world think they are Jews today. You understand? Of course, we went into slavery, so we don't know who we are now. See? It's the same thing with the Ethiopians. They came to a consensus that they are going to steal our culture, and now Ethiopians today think that, well, it is facts. And even worse than that, the real children of Israel over here in Jamaica, calling themselves Rastafarians, think that their only claim to Solomon is through the Ethiopians. When the Ethiopians are telling lie, and as a matter of fact, we over here are the real Jews. See? So we have to jump to this article. This is worldhistory.org. See? We have to read, we have to show you the real Kebra Nagast. We have to go into the Kebra Nagast itself and read and show you where the Kebra Nagast is telling lie and how it off. But before we do that, see? Let's read this article so you can know what is the Kebra Nagast. I know many of you don't even know what the hell is Kebra Nagast. 90% of Rastafarians don't know what is the Kebra Nagast. You know what I mean? As far as them know, some Rastafarian priests told them that Solomon come from the lineage of, not Solomon, but the Queen of Sheba have a son that come from the lineage of Solomon. They did not show them where it come from. But we in the ISUPK and a command in general, Your Honor, we have to tell you, we not hide nothing from you. We have to show you. Again, remember, tag your Rastafarian brethren, tag a Rastafarian on TikTok, share it, send it to him WhatsApp, send it to them Facebook page, Messenger, tap up the screen, you know what I mean? We're going to jump straight into this now. So this said, the Solomonic descent in Ethiopian history, right? Let me make sure I have this on the screen on YouTube so everybody can see it. Know what I mean? Again, this is worldhistory.org. So if you don't want to go see this article, you can just type in worldhistory.org, Solomonic descent in Ethiopian history. So you can follow along with me. Zin. Let me just go on a small snippet of what I'm reading so you can see where I go. 1 second. So this is it. You understand? And this is just the introduction. We are going to get straight into the Kebra Nagast shortly, right after we're done. You know what I mean? Right after we finish, we are going to get straight into the Kebra Nagast. You understand? See? All right, so watch this. It's a Solomonic descent in Ethiopian history. This says, the Solomonic dynasty ruled Ethiopia from the year 1270s to the 1970s. Let me read that again. The Solomonic dynasty ruled Ethiopia from the year 1270. We are currently in 2023. See? This was the year 1270. Solomon existed 2,000 years before this Solomonic dynasty. Solomon existed 900 BC, that is 2,000 years before the year 1270. But they must say, this dynasty, this Solomonic dynasty, just came about just 800 years ago. Now, in comparison to where we are right now, Solomon existed 3,000 years ago. So just 800 years ago is when the Solomonic dynasty started to rule in Ethiopia. Solomon existed 3,000 years ago. Now, see, it said from the 1270s to the 1970s. Why it said the 1970s? Because that was when Selassie was killed by his own people. So them claim that this dynasty started just a little bit before Columbus come here to Jamaica in the year 1270 to 1970. So that is what 700 years. Then it lasted 700 years, and then say it end when Selassie dead, because that was when Selassie dead in the 70s. You understand? Let me continue reading. And the 14th century work, meaning 100 years later, see, the Kebra Nagast, the glory of kings, it means glory of kings, famously tells of how the dynasty of Ethiopian kings descended from King Solomon himself. All right, so let me break that down and make you understand what I'm going to write. So the Kebra Nagast was penned in the 1300s, and it claims that in the 1200s, the King dynasty started with the Solomonic dynasty. See? So you notice, right after, you know what I mean, them claim it started, the Kebra Nagast was written. So the Kebra Nagast wasn't even written before, you know what I mean, all of this, them claim came to be. It was penned, what, 700 years ago. 100 years after where them claim the dynasty started. You know what I mean? Let me continue reading. See? The descent from Solomon meant very different things at different times. But the Solomonic succession has remained in Ethiopian culture landscape for centuries, right? So, you know what I mean? Over the centuries, they maintain this lie that, you know what I mean, Solomon had a son that reigned on the throne of Ethiopia. Let me continue reading. The Kebra Nagast. There has been much speculation over who wrote the Kebra Nagast and when. But all we know for certain is that the compilation of the stories was penned sometime in the 1300s, right? Like what I just tell you. See? So them don't know who, you know what I mean, right? The Kebra Nagast, who penned it. See? All them know it just pop up in the 1300s. Let me continue reading. Its name comes from the heading of the first chapter, and it means the glory of kings in Ge'ez. Ge'ez is the ecclesiastical language of the Ethiopian church, just as Latin is for the Roman Catholic. What is also unclear is how much of the historical content refer earlier sources. Historians generally agree that it is some but not all, meaning that it does not claim much sources. We say, yo, this is where we validate our point. For far as I'm concerned, the main source that it claims is the Bible. When you read the Kebra Nagast, it keeps quoting the Bible. I will show you. You understand? It keeps quoting the Bible. No, all right, I'm going to sidebar a little bit now. For the rest of them, we claim, say, see, you know, to read the Bible and all them things. We don't need to bear in mind, say, the Kebra Nagast, that is the foundation of all of this where you claim and believe, quotes the Bible and rely upon the Bible to prove, say, Solomon have a son named Menelik. So if you disown the Bible, you have to disown the foundation of Rastafariism, which is the Kebra Nagast, which is what the Ethiopians turn to claim that Solomon had a son sitting on the throne of Ethiopia. You understand? You can't go around it. You can't now be in a Rasta say, well, the Bible falls, and then say Selassie is the Lion of the tribe of Judah. That don't make no sense. That's conflicting, because the Lion of the tribe of Judah is a term that comes from out of the Bible, which is the Hebrew records. So if you say Selassie is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, Ushpa, you find that in the Bible. You don't find that Selassie is the King of Kings, but you find the term King of King and Lord of Lord in the Bible. Of course, the Bible says Jesus, or Yahweh Shai Mashiach, the Black King, is the King of King and Lord of Lord. It never says Selassie. But if we're not going to take that part there out of the Bible and then burn the Bible, it's like you're sitting on a limb and cutting the limb meanwhile you're sitting on it. It don't make no sense. But the Kebra Nagast, which we have show you, say the Kebra Nagast is fake. See, now it will show you now. See? It is where you get all of this from. This is where the lie started. This is where the Ethiopians started this lie. See? It takes from the Bible. Let me continue reading. All right. It all begins with the Queen of Sheba, embassy to King Solomon of Israel. Let me read that again. It all begins with the Queen of Sheba's embassy to King Solomon of Israel. So now the Queen of Sheba, who would be the Queen of Ethiopia, she and her embassy went to Israel, which means what? Israel and Ethiopia, not the same people. We prove that in another class. We prove that in some videos. You know what I mean? I think we're past that by now. See? Yeah, man, we're past that by now. Israel and Ethiopia, two different people. See? As told in 1 Kings and 11 and 2 Chronicles of the Old Testament, the Kebra Nagast identifies Sheba with the ancient kingdom of I.S.U.P.K. Right? I.S.U.P.K is an ancient kingdom in Ethiopia, where Ethiopia is right now. However, Ethiopia in the time of Queen of Sheba was not in where you see Ethiopia right now. You understand? But that is besides the point. Situated in Ethiopia, the 2 Chronicles 9 and 12 said that King Solomon gave the Queen of Sheba all she desired. Listen to this. And the Kebra Nagast takes that to mean they had a son together. And that we have been telling you. All the Bible said was, she came bringing gifts and she asked him and him give her all her desire. It never said have sex. But the Kebra Nagast, the people them who write the Kebra Nagast in Ethiopia, claim that this means that them have sex. There's nowhere else in history that says that the Queen of Sheba and Solomon have sex. But the Ethiopians, because they are cloud chasing you call it, claim that to mean, oh, they had sex. And you know how them even learn about that? Through the Bible. The Ethiopians learn about Queen of Sheba and Solomon through the Bible. And then them write something, them write a comic book after it. That's all that happened. It is not that the Ethiopians had the first Bible. We don't explain that tune already. I make you know said the claims that them have the first Bible is really a book, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. See, that was we call it now, translated from the original copy, and then claim that is the oldest. No, what them really say, which what Rastafarians misunderstand is, it is the oldest complete Bible. And it is not. But that is what they were trying to say, that it is the oldest complete Bible. Which it is not. It is just Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And it was translated from a previous version, which means it is not the oldest. You understand? But I guess somewhere along the line, the Rastafarians think that the Kebra Nagast is the oldest Bible, but this was just in the 1300s. The Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament was written long before that. The New Testament was written 1,000 years before that. The New Testament, you know, not to mention the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha was written about like 1,400 years before that. The Old Testament, many of the books were like 2,000 years before that, before the Kebra Nagast. Which oldest Bible? And when them say the oldest Bible, they are not even talking about the Kebra Nagast. They are talking about Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, where them find one part in Ethiopia. That is New Testament. You understand? Let me continue reading. See? So it said, the Queen of Sheba, Slakia, it said, situated in Ethiopia. 2 Chronicles 9 and 12 says that King Solomon gave the Queen of Sheba all she desired, and the Kebra Nagast takes that to mean they had a son together, misconstruing the scripture, just like Christians do, because you're going to find out that these are just Christians. You understand? Roman Catholic friends and companions. You understand? We continue reading. The queen gave birth after she returned home to a son called Menelik. That is the claim. See? When he grew up, Menelik traveled back to his father, learned the wisdom of Solomon, then returned to his home country, bringing with him the Ark of the Covenant. That is another lie. We're going to show you that the Kebra Nagast. Yo, I tell you, Bridget, about the point is this, though. See? All we have to do is just look on the information and not we are hiding. It dead. See? Them claim that Menelik, or there was a man named Menelik who come from Solomon, and what they claim again is that them take the Ark of the Covenant, and the Ark of the Covenant somewhere in Ethiopia. How many times have you heard that lie? How many times have you heard that lie? We have a proof to you today. This is just the introduction, you know. This is just the introduction, and already everything dead already, you know. Everything dead already, and this is just the introduction. Let me continue reading. See, the Ark has remained a focus for Ethiopian Christian. Let me repeat that. The Ark of the Covenant, see, has remained a focus for Ethiopian Christian life ever since. See? So this is them big claim. We have the Ark of the Covenant, and stupid Rastafarians believe it. The same Ark of the Covenant where only the priests could touch, the Ethiopians them have it. The same Ark of the Covenant where when another nation have it, them burst out in plagues and boil, and them have to bring it back. The Ethiopians them have it in them church over there. That make no sense. The same Ark of the Covenant where an Israelite who was not supposed to touch it saw it falling, thought it was falling, and tried to save it, and it dropped down dead. The Ethiopians them have it over there. I do what? When them have to sleep in it or sleep on it? No such thing, man. God not so careless. Our power not so careless. You understand? Let me continue reading. Then, purportedly, it lies in the church of the Old Lady Mary of Zion in the modern city of I.S.U.P.K and is so important that even the symbolic representation of the tablets within tabots must be treated with great reverence and concealed from the eyes of any but the priest. I mean, we knew that it had to be treated with carefulness because only the high priest in Israel could touch the Ark of the Covenant or even go in the room wait there. So how is it that now the Ethiopians them have some high priests where him have to take the same care? What go on now? What take place? So it just left from Israel and Ghana, Ethiopia. No go some man, a comic book. The Kebra Nagast is a comic book. I'm going to show you. See? All right. Menelik went on the rule and have sons of his own. The Kebra Nagast claims, notice they must say claim. And this is what the Rastafari and them have to understand. Many of the things them were hold dear and reverence to our claims. You understand? Not because information is old, meaning it's accurate. A whole heap of lie with people them tell we. Old people pass on a lot of lies to us. If you wash your face with rice water, you're going to see dopey. From my granny and my grandfather and my great-grandparents' time, the lie they tell. Not because the information is old, mean it's true. People used to lie. People used to lie. Lie not just invented in 2000. Don't be so gullible. You have to test the information. You have to test the information against other information and see what go on. Let me continue reading. So it said Menelik had a family, see? And that is the origin of the family rule in Ethiopia at the end of the 13th century. See? At the end of the 13th century. No one except the male seed of David, the son of Solomon, the king, asserts the queen in the Kebra Nagast, shall ever reign over Ethiopia, that them claim. I'll read through this, because it's important. See, in ancient I.S.U.P was very significant to medieval Ethiopia sense of itself. At its height, this ancient kingdom ruled over much of what is now Ethiopia and Eritrea. See, it may have even extended, at least in influence, over the Red Sea in southern Arabia. The 3rd century Persian prophet Mani named I.S.U.P, one of the 4 great world civilizations along the Persian, China, and Rome. See, missionaries from the Rome, listen to this. Here is where foolishness starts. I want to listen to this. Missionaries from Rome and Egypt, because Rome at this time, by the 3rd century, was ruled by Egypt was ruled by Rome. At this time, Egypt was a Catholic country, Christian Catholic country. See? Missionaries from Rome and Egypt successfully converted rulers to Christianity. Which rulers? The Ethiopians to Christianity. This is before the Kebra Nagast. This was when Rome spread them Christianity and them try whitewash, you know what I mean, all the images them and all them things and kill out the fact that the children of Israel are the most high people, and they must spread propaganda now about Christianity, and Christianity is God's religion, and just believe in Jesus and the cross and them things that this was what was happening. See? So, let me read that again. Missionaries from Rome and Egypt. Not Rome and Egypt, Roman Egypt, meaning Egypt was now Catholic like Rome, ruled by Rome. See? Successfully converted the rulers to Christianity. See? Sometime in the 4th century, and the population followed. So them convert the rulers of Ethiopia to Christianity, and the population followed. So now all of Ethiopia became Catholic. Of course, they say them have the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, but the Ethiopian Orthodox Church is just an offshoot of the Catholic Church. It's the same custom, same thing, everything. You understand? Let me continue reading. There has been a close connection between the Egyptian and the Ethiopian church ever since. Church A church business you read about when you hear about Kebra Nagast and all them things. That is Christianity. Don't have nothing to do with the Bible though. See? Let me continue reading. We have some more in this. It is not known when I.S.U.P.K was first associated with Sheba, but they very likely did it themselves. Meaning, with Sheba, I.S.U.P.K, bear in mind, the Queen Sheba was in the Middle East. That was the ancient Ethiopia. Now time passed, them lose the land there and get shoved down in Africa. And other kingdoms raise up like called I.S.U.P.K. See? They don't have no connection with the ancient Ethiopia, you know. But they make the connection because of the influence of the Roman Catholic Church through Egypt. So now the propaganda start now. They have nothing to do with the Queen of Sheba, you know. But now them make them name Ethiopia. The Queen of Sheba land named Ethiopia too was ancient Ethiopia. Zin, just imagine, all right. You know, at one time, Ukraine was part of Russia. Zin, just picture now when Ukraine is not Russia now. Zin, they are trying to say that we are Russia and, you know what I mean, we are the real Russians and all them things there. And everything that Russia did, it's now us. When we know that Ukraine is a different country altogether right now and have different values, it's the same thing. The part in Africa did belong to the ancient land, but them get cut off thousands of years. Thousands of years them get cut off. See? But because now them hold the name, they must say, well, we tie ourselves to that. We're going over the part there one long time. All right, fair enough, no problem. See? Let me continue reading. Perhaps their emperor. All right, but let me jump back to this now. It said, it's not known when I.S.U.P.K was first associated with Sheba, but they very likely did it themselves. Meaning, they very likely made the association themselves because ancient Ethiopia was great. I.S.U.P.K and modern Ethiopia, not so great. You understand? So they might try to draw the energy of ancient Ethiopia. See, let me continue reading. Later, I.S.U.P.K inscription lists a title that could be the kingship of Sheba. Perhaps their emperor extended to the historical Sheba in the southern Arabia. Regardless, the important point is that it offered a plausible way for Ethiopian Christians, listen to this, to fit into the Bible narrative. We are reading about how the Kebra Nagast come to be, you know. Let me read that again for those who can understand. See? Regardless, the important point is that it offered a plausible way for Ethiopian Christians to fit into the Bible narrative. So this is why the Kebra Nagast was written, so that Ethiopian Christians could fit themselves in the Bible. That is why they make up the story that Solomon had sex with the Queen of Sheba, even though the Bible never says so, and claim that them have a son together, and now they are now the lineage of that union. Lies. Lies, brethren. Again, remember, tap up the screen, you know what I mean? If you're on Facebook and YouTube, remember, share around the class, you understand? If you have questions, please leave your questions in the chat, you know the thing go, you understand? As well, share, tag your Rastafarian brethren, him need to hear this, you understand? All right, see Bobo, when name Bobo Andre, whatsoever name gone live. Now I'm going to make you join the live here after I'm done the class here. See, if you're watching, Bobo Andre, I'm going to make you join the live here after we think that we're done with this class here. Yeah, man, we want some Rastafarian join this. You understand? And answer for this now. Let me continue reading though. Let me read this again. Regardless, the important point is that it offers a plausible way for the Ethiopian Christians to fit into the Bible narrative. That is why the Kebra Nagast was created. See? Many other Christian cultures associate their history with events and characters from the Bible. This is Christianity. This is all Christianity. Now I try to thief the culture of the children of Israel. You understand? And the Ethiopian Christians were no different. See? Let me continue reading. You understand? Let me continue reading. Slakia. Like the English legend that Joseph of Arimathea founded the Masonry of Glastonbury. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll move on from that. All right. While the Aksumite Empire fell and was nothing more than a memory by the Middle Ages, it was a cherished one for Ethiopian Christians. So the Aksumite Empire fell, but Ethiopians could not forget the glory days. They never want it go so. You understand? Let me continue reading. See, by the Middle Ages, it was a cherished one for Ethiopian Christians. Monasteries founded in Aksumite, and when you hear about monasteries, you talk about Catholic Church. They are the ones that create monasteries. That way I show you, say, the Ethiopian Church is just another form of Catholic Church. I don't know what takes place in Catholic Church. We need to have to go into that. You understand? Anyway, see, monasteries founded in Aksumite times by the 9th saint, like the famous Deborah Damo and its inaccessible plateau, were powerful symbols of identity and continuity of Christian culture. This is our Christian culture, is the point. This is not the children of Israel. This is Christianity. See, stories and links with Aksum were consequently very important. All right. The Christian Zagwe dynasty. Want to listen to this now. The Christian Zagwe dynasty emerged in the old heartland of Aksum sometime between 900 and 1137. Right, so now we are get up to the time when the Kebra Nagast madness is about to be penned. See? Between the fall of the Aksum and the rise of the Zagwe, Islam had arrived in force across the Red Sea and much of the Horn of Africa. So Islam is now being pushed. There was war between the Roman Catholic Church and Islam. Muhammad was now pushing Islam, and he was spreading Islam through the sword. You understand? Let me sidebar a bit. It was this war, see, that caused the Khazarians, to convert to Judaism, because they did not want to take the side of Islam, and they did not want to take the side of the Catholic Church, because them know, say, whichever side them join, them are going to serve. So them claim that we are the real Jews. Bear in mind, at this time, the real Jews were scattered. They were kicked out of Jerusalem and were all over the world. In this time, 900 to 1100, thereabout, we were in England, Scotland, and all them places there. Some of us was at the west coast of Africa. You know what I mean? Kicked out of our homeland. We were ruling in England, Scotland. We're going to break that down in our class. Probably next class. See, and show you that many of us here in Jamaica and in North America come directly from Scotland and Ireland, not Africa. Many of us, if not here in Jamaica, if not majority of us, did not come from West Africa. You understand? So you see the Africans where them should members say the white man teacher at a school. Members say the white man syllabus teacher say we are African. When we are primary school and we are high school, who for syllabus that? We teach you say we are African. The white man. I'm going to try to remember that. See, the same white man will kick way out of England, Scotland, and call himself King Henry and King this and Queen this and Queen that. They are going to tell you say when you come from Scotland and England. They are going to tell you say when you used to rule. No, they are going to tell you say when you are African and simple bubble Rastafarians buy it and gobble it up. You understand? Naivety. Naive. Let me continue reading though. Islam had arrived in force across the Red Sea and much of the Horn of Africa. And much of the Horn of Africa was now under the sway of Muslim sultans who spread trading connections with the rest of the world and got rich off the profit. Then there was the kingdom of Damat, which followed indigenous East African religion. Zagwe kings, this is the Christian kings of Ethiopia. Zin, the same one them where, you know what I mean, well, want to bring back the Axum Empire and want to attach themselves to ancient Sheba. Zin, Zagwe kings were thus very keen to promote their distinctive Christian identity. Zin, they had the Lalibela churches, Zin, now the UNESCO World Heritage Site, carved entirely from the rock. Who know that Ethiopian church that them going at the ground with them carved directly from them, just carve it out. No blocks, no nothing, just them just carve out one church in the rock. That was them zeal of them Christianity. That was the lens that them would have gone through to promote them Christianity, carve a whole church out of the rock. See? Let me continue reading. Carving entirely from the rock, for instance, more heritage of Aksum, and probably also had some version of Solomonic descent. However, it is their successors who are remembered as Solomonic dynasty. Yukanu Amla Zagwe in 1270. Right. So this is it. Them rebels now come about in the year 1270. And this is where the rumors now come now that here we are the Solomonic dynasty. You understand? Little is known about the reason, but we do know that Yukano Amlak was a noble whose power base was in the south, a territory newly conquered for the Christians. Yukano Amlak and the other southern warlords were Amhars, a Semitic people related to the Arabic ethnic group. So these were relatives to the Arabs. The one them who now claim that they are from Axum, who rebelled against the Zagwe, who take over from the Zagwe. They are Arabs, brother, you know what I mean, and sisters. That's the reason why Selassie look like how him look. You understand? These are the descendants that Selassie come from. You understand? Let me continue reading. See, let me read that again. So it says, Yakuno, Amlak, and the other southern warlords were Amar, are a Semitic people relating to the Arab ethnic group. That's why Selassie looks so, because them relate to the Arabs. Them a family. Zin, let me continue reading. While the Zagwe were Agar, a Cushite. So the Zagwe were the real Ethiopians, the real Cushites, but they were Christians. You understand? They were the burnt face. Selassie people, them were, you know what I mean, the Arabs looking one day. You know what I mean? Which way you find out Greek babies. Greek babies. Like really white people seed. Because we know what happened in the time of Alexander the Greek. Them conquer and them the soldier them rape the women them, and they have the new modern Arabs them. Will look like the Saudi Arabians them. A Greek baby, them are white people. Selassie a white man. You understand? That is not the focus right now. See? Selassie is no different from Bob Marley. Let me just make that clear. Selassie is no different from Bob Marley. Let me just make that clear. All right, let me continue reading. A Cushite group like the Somalis. Right, so if you look on the Somalis, then you will see, say, you're going to find some groups in Ethiopia that look like Somalis. Those are the real Cushites. The Somalis are Cushites too, not just the Ethiopians. The Somalis are Cushites. But these new people now where Selassie come from, who claim the dynasty of the kings, they are Arab family members. Let me continue reading. Zin, and even the ancient Egyptians, right? Because the ancient Egyptians were just as black as the Ethiopians. They were the blackest people on the face of the earth. We, the Israelites, we never saw black. You understand? We never saw black. We did dark skin, yes, but we never saw black. The Egyptians and the Ethiopians, they were literally black. You understand? Let me continue reading. The new king and his successor soon dominated the region. though the general picture seemed to be an easy coexisting between different religion rather than war, motivated by interfaith hatred. All right, what we don't know. I'm going to read one last thing and then we're done with this thing, you know. This is very important. You understand? We can read it from here, but I don't want to read it from this. So I want to read it when I find it because they make sure I highlight it. You understand? But I don't want to read it from there. I want to read coming down to it. 1 second. 1 second. See? Slovakia. And we're just done with this article. See? Slovakia. Most historians, where is that? 1 second. Remember, tap up the screen and thing. See? Let me find it quick and fast. 1 second. See that? They're right in front of me. All right. To gain and consolidate this power, Yakuno Amalek needed more than just force of arms. He needed legitimacy. Most historians agree that the Kebra Nagast was written to legitimize the rule of his dynasty. I don't know if that fly over on the head, but let me read it again. So now these new Arab-looking man, them will claim say them come from Solomon. See? The relatives to the Arabs. See? This is what it's about their king, Yakuno Amalek. See? Listen. To gain and consolidate this power, so to basically legitimize his power, Yakuno Amalek needed more than just force of arms, meaning could have just do it through the sword and kill. And that never work. You have to convince the mind of the people. See? He needed legitimacy. He needed legitimacy, meaning he needs something where he could have draw back to religiously. If he say, yo, we are chosen of God. Don't go against us or you go against God. See? Most historians agree that the Kebra Nagast was written to legitimize the rule of his dynasty about 40 years after his death. So after his death now, here what them do? Write the Kebra Nagast claiming that, oh, we come from the lineage of Solomon and Ray, and blah, 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 and te. So that them don't lose power. Because we know it go. If you can get the people them to believe in your religion, you have power. The same way Christianity rules Jamaica, even though Christianity is the same religion that the oppressor used and is slave with. That's why it is so important for us to come to our true identity and let go them religion, because guess what? Religion keep you in what you call it now, in submission. Religion is a tool of slavery, you know. When you join a person's religion, you serve them. If you join Christianity, you serve the oppressor. If you join Rastafariism, guess who you serve? The Ethiopians. You need to come back as the children of Israel. All right, so boom. Here what we are going to do now. We're going to jump straight into the Kebra Nagast. Let me see what the time. See? All right, so we're going 48 minutes. All right, so we are going to jump into the Kebra Nagast. You understand? I'm now going to read about Aksum. See? But just going to jump straight into the Kebra Nagast. And show you the lies in the Kebra Nagast. That the Kebra Nagast are, when name Amalek. Let me see his name again. When name? Yak. Subjects them after I'm dead, written. That is a Kebra Nagast. Akumu Amalek, this Arab Ethiopian, his subjects wrote the Kebra Nagast to legitimize Ethiopia or legitimize his lineage to make it connect to Solomon. You understand? All right. So now, boom. All right. 1 second. All right. So where we're going to start? We're going to start with all right. Let's start there. See? All right. Let me just go back to where we just covered a while ago, so that everybody who they are now understand what took place. See? We just proved say the Kebra Nagast was a propaganda. The Kebra Nagast is you know what I mean, a material written by the Ethiopians to now legitimize a certain king and his lineage so they don't lose power. See, it was written in the 1300s. It was not written in the time of Solomon. It was actually written 2,000 years after Solomon. See, that's a long time. You understand? And it ended, it claims the dynasty started in the 1270s. You understand? It takes from one scripture from the Bible. Let me repeat that. It takes, the Kebra Nagast takes from one scripture in the Bible where it says the Queen of Sheba and Solomon, you know what I mean? In the Bible where it said, Solomon gave the Queen of Sheba all her desires. It did not say sex in the Bible. The Kebra Nagast takes that to mean they had sex. See? The Bible did not say that. You understand? Solomon's people record. So, all right, let me show you something now. The Kebra Nagast would be the history of the Ethiopians. We know that it's fabricated. See? The Bible is the history of Solomon people. The Kebra Nagast would be the history of the Ethiopian, of the Queen of Sheba's people. So the Queen of Sheba's so-called people, 2,000 years later, claim, when nobody never knew this before, nobody knew this before, Zin claims that Solomon and Queen of Sheba had sex. Solomon people history claims nothing like that never. And Solomon people history is the Bible. But let me repeat again before we move forward. There's one scripture in the Bible that the Kebra Nagast, are the people who wrote the Kebra Nagast, claim all of this offer. And it's when the Bible says that Solomon, after the Queen of Sheba came with all her gifts and she asked him about a question, it said he gave her all her desires. Some spices and some gold, and he give her back some things that is precious in Israel. But the people who wrote the Kebra Nagast claim that him gave her sex. When the Bible would even hide that, because the Bible tells us that Solomon slept with the Egyptians, Solomon slept with the Ethiopians, and not the Ethiopians, the Edomites. It never said him sleep with no Ethiopian woman. Why the Bible would have left it out? I think we should have covered all the wives that Solomon had, in another class, and show you say, the Bible tell you who Solomon sleep with, Never hide nothing. As a matter of fact, the Bible put it there so that we should know what we should not do. See? Why would it hide the fact? Why would it have a big story about the Queen of Sheba and left out the fact that Solomon have slept with her? It is because it never happened. That lie was concocted in the year 1300, just 700 or 800 years ago. That is what? 2,000 years after Solomon. You understand? All right, now we're going to jump into the Kebra Nagast. All right, so the Kebra Nagast claim the Queen of Sheba visited Solomon while the temple was being built. Now, we read through the Kebra Nagast, Zin, and we find the things them, the error. See, we take the Kebra Nagast claim. In the Kebra Nagast, it claims that the Queen of Sheba came to Solomon while he was building the temple. It will get spooky, get strange. Some serious information, you know what I mean, where the Kebra Nagast write at them never take into consideration, because just like every Christian, they don't know the Bible. You understand? All right, so what we are going to do now? We are going to jump to page. We're going to put the Kebra Nagast on screen. We're going to make you see it. It's the digital form. You know what I mean? All right, let me put it on the screen so people can see it. All right, so this says, Kebra Nagast, the Queen of Sheba and her only son, Menelik. This is the Kebra Nagast. So we show the people them. We know 99% of Rasta don't know about the Kebra Nagast. I teach Rasta right now. See? All right, so the Kebra Nagast. This is digital PDF form of the Kebra Nagast. You understand? See? Watch you know. In the Kebra Nagast, it claimed that the Queen of Sheba visited Solomon and the temple was being built. See, we're going to show you that that is a lie. So we're going to jump down to page 102 in the Kebra Nagast. You understand? Remember, tap up the screen, share around. You know, I think that share, tag your Rastafari. I will jump down to paragraph 1 line. Okay? All right, so this in the Kebra Nagast, this is what it says. Before Solomon, hold on, page 102, right, paragraph 1. See? And Solomon was working in the building of the house of God, and he rose up. These are the Kebra Nagast now, you know. See? So it says Solomon was working in building the temple, the house of God, and he rose up and went to the right and the left and forward and backward, and he showed the workmen the measurement, the weight, and the space covered by the material, and he told the workers in metal how to use the hammer. We soon get to that. We soon get to that. My business. See? How to use the hammer and the drill, wow, drill, and chisel, right? So let me jump down to see paragraph 2, line 1, where it says the Queen of Sheba forward now. And the Queen Makeda spake unto King Solomon, saying, Blessed art thou, my Lord, in that such wisdom and understanding have been given unto thee. For myself, I only wish that I could be as one of the least of thine enemies. You understand? All right. But we see where the Bible is about Queen Sheba and when she visited Solomon. Remember, you know? All right. Remember, in Christ, the Kebra Nagast keeps in the Bible. So there's no way you can owe me and go back to the Bible. The Kebra Nagast keep telling us when they read it. Such and such. No, First Chronicles such and such. It keeps referring to the Bible. So we have to use the Bible. That makes sense. See? So let's jump to where the Bible talk about the temple and Solomon actually made Queen of Sheba. So this is 2 Chronicles 5:1. In 2 Chronicles 5:1, and it says, thus all the works that Solomon made of the house of God was finished. Wait, I thought Queen of Sheba came to Solomon while he was building the house. But this is letting you know that the house of the Most High was finished. And all the things that David, his father, dedicated, the silver, the gold, and all the instruments put he among the shelves of the house of God. So where is the Queen of Sheba? We're going to find her. We're going to find her. See? No. We're going to jump to 2 Chronicles 9:1. This is after this. So remember, we just read 2 Chronicles 5. We're going to skip 3 chapters, and go to 9. I mean, this means long after Solomon done build the temple. See? We're going to read. This is 2 Chronicles 9:1. And when the Queen of Sheba heard the fame of Solomon, she came to prove Solomon with all questions at Jerusalem, with a very great company. This is way after the temple was finished. Strike 1 for the Kebra Nagast. And it gets even worse. You understand? See? With a very great company and camels that bear spices, gold in abundance, and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart. All right, what me I look for now? More on the part where it say she admire the temple. It's like, yeah. Hold on, 1 second. Hold on, where that there? 1 second. 1 second. Don't give me this importance. We can't left out this. See? Right. Verse 3. And when the queen of Sheba had seen the wisdom of Solomon and the house that he had built, not the house that he was building, you know, the house that he had built. See? Verse 4, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servant, and the attendance of his ministers, and their apparel, his cupbearers also, their apparels, and his ascent by which he went up into the house. Wait, hold on, I thought Solomon was building the house and using hammer and showing the man them how to build the house. Oh, Solomon have got up and a serve, and him have servants in the house already, and the house done build in the Bible. When the Queen of Sheba does forward. But in the Kebra Nagast, it claims that the Queen of Sheba was watching him build the temple. Somebody a tell lie. Something not right. Something not right. You understand? Somebody a tell lie. But it can't be the Bible because the Kebra Nagast keep referencing the Bible. Would I understand if the Kebra Nagast claim that say, yo, we have our story over here, so it don't have nothing to do with the Bible. But them keep referring the Bible. They must say, look to the Bible will tell you the truth. See, Bible I tell you the truth, yeah? Lies. Lies the Kebra Nagast tell. It's like somebody say, yo, that boy there over there, so him take up something, you know. See, go and ask him. And you go to him and him say, take up what? You don't take up nothing, a lie. The Bible I tell you, say a lie, the Kebra Nagast. And it get even worse. I'm going to show you where it get worse. See? It gets terribly worse, Benji. And that's why I tell you about Rastafariism, man. You don't need to come out of it. Don't watch the laugh for me, I laugh, you know. This just, it's fun, a joke to me, you know. See? It's funny to me because me know better. But we have to do them things to make people know, say, look, Benji, come on, no, man. No follow them weeded, man. I just weeded them, Benji. You have to learn from a weeded. A man who don't study none at all, but listen to somebody talking while licking the chalice. Killing his brain cell. He might be a teacher. And me not, yo, it is sad that me have to even say it that way. It's sad. We say it that way so you can think and say, are really them people here where we make teach about God? Well, guess what? We don't hear me, so we have to go. We have to go to the source. You understand? All right, it gets even worse. See? So we're done with that. We see say the Kebra Nagast, they tell lie, say Queen of Sheba meet Solomon when he build the temple. See? When the Bible say a way after him done build the temple, as a matter of fact, the Bible say the temple furnished him servants and move up and down and a serve in the temple already. Right? The Kebra Nagast even go as far as tell you about hammer. Solomon has showed the man them how to use the hammer. We address that now. A serious allegation that in a rude boy. Serious allegation. So this says Solomon used chisel, hammer, and drill in the building of the temple. That is really what the Kebra Nagast said. Let me read it again. In the Kebra Nagast. So in the Kebra Nagast, this is what it said. And Solomon was working at the building of the house of God. And he rose up and went to the right and to the left and forward and backward. This even makes sense. See? And he showed the workman the measurement and weight and the space covered by the material. And he told the workers in metal, see, how to use the hammer and the drill and the chisel. But what the Bible have to say about using the hammer and drill and chisel in the building of the temple? It's important, you know, don't pray this like a joke thing, you know. Don't pray this like, not because me I laugh. I laugh because it's this lie is very funny. It's funny to me. See? But listen to what me I say, you know. All right. See? We are going to the scripture we talk about chisel and hammer and all them things there. So we'll jump to the book of 1 Kings chapter 6 and 7. You understand? And this is what it said. And the house, when it was in building, was built of stone made ready before it was brought thither, so that there was no hammer. No hammer nor axe nor any tool of iron heard in the house while it was built. Hey, a serious sitting that, you know. A serious mistake that the Kebra Nagast making a charge. You want me to read that again? All right, backdrop. The Kebra Nagast claims that Solomon was showing the man them how to use the hammer when they build the temple. See? This in the Bible said, and the house when it was in building was built of stone made ready before it was brought thither, so that there was neither hammer nor axe nor any tool of iron heard in the house. I see you sitting that in a charge. I see you lie that, you know, a two that, you know. I'm in a reach now yet, you know. You know what I mean? Yo, I wonder if we left this for another class. What do you think? We should have just do a part 2 or go through the whole life now. Want to make me know? You know what I mean? The reason why I forgot about it this way, we did want a debate with the Rastafari community. Nobody wanted a debate. Some, you know what I mean? Some punk on the internet claiming to be Rasta. Zin, him sign up for the debate and then back out. I understand why I'm back out, you know, because I'm check the file of the I.S.U.P.K and see that we lose nothing. Everything that we say is right. See? And we don't say that to be arrogant, you know, are just the facts. Because we cross the T's and dot our I's. See? So if doing research, I'm back out of the debate because no, we don't lose no debate. You understand? We have been calling Rastafarians leaders to come and debate us. Them not debate because them can't stand up against this. So tell me now, if the Rastafarian leaders them don't have, what do I call it now? Them don't have the courage to stand up against the I.S.U.P.K. Uno should not be in the Rastafari community. Uno should join the UPK. Uno should join the UPK. We are read the Kebra Nagast, you know. This gone beyond Rastafariism now. This gone to the Ethiopians, them, you know. And the Ethiopians, them, you see? All right, in a way there, I do a class and I show you that Rastafariism would not exist if Marcus Garvey was here during the time when Leonard Howell formed Rastafariism. I'm going to prove that. I show you that Marcus Garvey called Haile Selassie a coward, never rate him, disrespect him, say black people should be ashamed of Haile Selassie. We destroy Rastafariism long time, you know. But what happened? What take place? You still have Rasta like Bobo Lewis. I comment on the video them, I comment under the live, and I say we don't know what we are talking about. So we go beyond Rastafariism now. We're going to Ethiopia. We're going to Selassie yard. We're there Selassie doorstep. And we are showing you that Selassie people them is a liar. You can't go beyond that now. Where you want to go now? You want to go to the beginning of the earth? Where we are going to go further than this? We are going to the time of creation and this one. We can do it. We can do it. But you see the lens we have to go through to tell what people them, look, Brethren, just come out of them madness then, man. I just be a schism and ism and shrism that come back to the true nationality as the children of Israel, who are the real Hebrew Israelites. Sizzla himself said, Sizzla Kalonji. All right, I'm going to show you something too. Rastas would not have a problem with us, you know, if we did leave them alone, you know. You see, if we did leave Rastafarians alone and just say we are Hebrew Israelites, every Rasta would have under yourself. Every Rasta would have in the comment. I say, yeah, man, a true man. The Hebrew are rare. But we make sure we make a distinction between we and the Rasta. Me do that personally. See? Yeah, man, from the tutelage of the men above me in the I.S.U.P.K, we make a distinction because we are not associated with any organization. Because you can't mix this thing with no foolishness. When me just start the video, rude boy, everybody with me, you know. Yeah, man. You see, if me never had a lick out against Christianity and Rastafarianism, trust me, man, this thing out a big, man. Without depend, you know what I mean? Enough people, social media, you know what I mean? Without depend TV, without depend the radio, we are moved out with our shake and so. But we now look no friend, Virgin. What we want is our people to understand this. Look, that's where them religion. True, that is not, we not look no hype now, we not look no popularity, you know. We know how to get popularity and hype. Just friend everybody. See, that is not the goal. The goal is to get rid of these religions that the Most High has always been chastising us for being a part of, so that our people can stop suffer. We really want to see our people stop suffer. Is a actual mission with the pan charge. I don't know, fun and game. You might say we are laugh, but yo, we take this serious. A whole heap, hey. And everybody can do this, you know. And everybody can do a command in general, YAHANNA do. Rastas now have nothing to lose. All them do is sit down and smoke weed. Where them a give up? Me give up weed smoking for this. You think weed smoking never nice? You think, yeah, me used to love them hot grabber spliff there, you know. My spliff them are for hot in a youth. At one point, me a smoke and me a feel all my lungs them a bite me in a youth. And me a say, yo, bomba, me know me have cancer. Know me so dead. But me can't stop smoke. Me give up smoking for this. When me learn, say, oh, all of this greatness where the white man claim really belong to weed. When me find out that, me give up smoking weed. Rasta can't do that. Them not have the strength. Let me tell you, let me let you know upon a secret. See, it's really the weed make the Rasta them not join with. It's really them can't stop smoke. You understand? I know say them not believe and love the information. Enough of them love it. You have some Rasta sect that claim that we are Israelites, even Sizzler. And I talk to Sizzler himself face to face. And I say, if you teach say we are Hebrew Israelites, why you are Rasta? The man say, yo, if him cut off him dreads, when people them go think about it. It's just pride. Pride and weed smoking them can't let go. You understand? But you have to let go your pride, rude boy. Because if I'm going to further in this thing, the Kebra Nagast, you know, I don't see no coming back for Rastafariism, you know, unless you don't ignore it. Which we know we're not going to ignore it. We know we're not going to skip it. The same way I want to skip Sashamaniland. Say, the Rastafarians, them over Sashamaniland and get oppressed by the Ethiopians. Now, you have less than 200 of them over there. When they were 2,000 strong, them build schools, hotel, and all of them thing there. Now the Ethiopians, them force them to have to run left them thing. Rastafarians now address that. Them now address it. Them now address this neither. So the foundation of the foundation is a lie. The foundation of Rastafariism is a lie, Bridget. We're going to get back into it now. See? All right, what we do now? All right. And this is just ridiculous. Yo, the Kebra Nagast say wild animals and birds used to come to hear Solomon wisdom. I don't mean say so in the Kebra Nagast. All right, we're going to find it. See in page 106. Page 106. Let me put back this so. Page 106. All right. Paragraph 4, line 1 to 8. See? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So this is what Kebra Nagast say, you know. About Solomon, you know, the same man with them claim breed Mikeda. The same man with breed Mikeda, he used to talk to animals. That them claim. See? No, it was not only the queen who came to hear the wisdom of Solomon. This is the Kebra Nagast. This is not the Bible me I read. See? But very many used to come from cities and countries, both from near and from far. For in those days, there was no man found to be like unto him for wisdom. And it was not only human beings who came to him, but the wild animals and the birds used to come to him and hearken unto his voice and all converse with him. Yeah. So the Kebra Nagast, the Ethiopian them where Rastafarians worship, Zin claim that wild animal and birds used to come to Solomon and talk to Solomon. We don't know about that. We don't know if our King Solomon talk to no bird. You know what I mean? If we see Solomon, if we read in the Bible that Solomon used to talk to bird, we'd say probably Solomon wasn't wise. Probably him have a mental problem. But we know our king never do that. But the Kebra Nagast, because them want, and them do this to make themselves look great, you know, because at the end of the day, them are Christians. Christians believe in them thing, talking to birds and wild animals. Christian believes in, you know what I mean, ghosts, dopey, spirit, demons running in and out of people. That is what Christians believe. So you know this was written by Christians. You understand? Ethiopian Christians. And they claim that Solomon was talking to birds, wild animals, and the wild animals, they used to just sit down and reason with him and say, for true, you know, Solomon, a real thing, you know. So you know, say, where they book one lion and the lion I say, yo, don't deal with the tiger them. A true man, Solomon, we are cut off them tiger. And the birds them say, a true, a real thing. Because the tiger them a hunt with real. Was that how the conversation went? Eh? This is the Ethiopians who the Rastafarians them worship a Selassie people, right? This is the same thing that claim that Solomon had a son named Menelik. And this it come from. The same something that we are reading. You understand? And yet you still have one bubble in the chat. Still a chat off his mouth and a debate somebody in a chat. Crypto Dan, leave him alone. You know what I mean? Leave him alone. Film people them believe you can talk to bird and wild animal. Leave him alone. You know what I mean? I guess that's why the Rasta them go up on the hill and talk to birds and wild animals. Them smoke them weed and talk to the birds and the wild animals. I guess that's why them go up in the hills. Oh, so you nobody want to join the live? I'm gonna make you join the live, you know, Bobo. Just stay put, you know. You nobody want to talk to me. Don't tell me that, Bobo. You don't want to talk to me again? Oh, yeah, say. I hope I know what me I bring out, you know. I hope I know the information me I bring out, make you don't want to talk to me again, you know. Because me don't make you join the live, you know. Just stay put, man. Let's go through this little bit. The man say, my source is the Bible. All right. But now I go pay him no mind until I make him join the live after this. But brother, that means you don't know about the Kebra Nagast then. If you say your source is the Bible, the man don't want to talk to me. Watch it. I fed up talk to you and confound you. The man don't want to talk to me again. Anyway, Zin, if him say him source is the Bible, that means him don't know about the Kebra Nagast. Remember what I said when we just start the class here? 90% of Rasta don't know about the Kebra Nagast. This is where the information come from. This is the source of the information that not I.S.U.P.K, Selassie, but that Solomon have a son named Menelik, which the Rastafarians them claim Selassie come from. If him saying source is the Bible, it mean him never know. I mean, it come like me can be a better Rasta than you then. But through born Rastafariism. Me know more about Rastafariism than Uno. And me can better you see all Muta Baruka, I know them things, you know. And that's why I'm sidestep Rastafariism now and gone over to Pan-Africanism, you know. Because when him view it, him say, you know, say Rasta thing of foolishness. Because the man they really read, you know. Man they no smoke weed, you know. The man they really read. And when him do the research, him said, shh, look, say Rasta one madness here, I go do now. I go reform it. And him adapt Pan-Africanism, see? And enough Rasta adapt Pan-Africanism. You understand? Because at the end of the day, Rasta foundation weak. So you see, people they must still hold on to Rastafarianism. They really hold on to a straw, you know. I really want straw them hold on to. You understand? All right. So right there, so we just read, say, you know what I mean? Apparently Solomon speak to birds and wild animals. You understand? Anyway, we're going to jump somewhere else. No. All right. All right, we'll allow that. All right, these are the major one now. Let me see what time we know. All right. This are right now. See? And again, Bobo Lewis. If you ever heard that the Ethiopians have the Ark of the Covenant, this is where it come from. Also, this is the Kebra Nagast. See? So now, let me read the claim. The Kebra Nagast claim that the Ark of the Covenant was stolen and taken to Ethiopia during the time of Solomon. Right? It is the Kebra Nagast. Everything where the Rasta them believe, except the smoking of weed and wearing dreads, which we know that come from the East Indians. Rastafarian doctrine is a mixture of Ethiopian lies out of the Kebra Nagast and, you know what I mean, Christianity, Zane, East Indian custom, the smoking of the weed and the wearing of dreads. And what the next one? And Garveyism. Marcus Garvey teaching. But the main one is where come from the Kebra Nagast. Selassie come from the lineage of Solomon. And, you know what I mean, the Ark of the Covenant is in Ethiopia. We're going to show you, say, the Ark of the Covenant is not in Ethiopia. So Ushpa, the Kebra Nagast say, the Ark of the Covenant is in, it was stolen from Israel, stolen from Solomon. See, page 137. All right, let's find it. Page 137. See, remember again, tap up the screen. You know what I mean? I know it's hard for listen to somebody I read and, you know what I mean? But you have to get that, come out of the TikTok, where I call it now, the TikTok short attention span mindset, you know? TikTok make you have short attention span, you know? But, you know what I mean? We have to strengthen ourselves a way where we can sit down and listen. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. All right, so paragraph 2, line 1. Paragraph 2, line 1. All right, so this is where it starts. And Azariah, the son of Zadok the priest, answered and said, I will counsel you what we should do, but make a covenant with me to the end of your lives, and swear to me that you will not repeat it whether we live or whether we die, or whether we be taken captive or whether we go forth. See? Let me jump down. Slakia. And they swore an oath to him in the name of the Lord God of Israel. See? This is the Kebra Nagast. And the Bible me I read, you know. The Kebra Nagast me I read. This is not the Bible. This is the Ethiopians, them propaganda. See? And by the heaven, Zion, the tabernacle of the law of God. All right. Let me show you what I go on here. So you see, in the Kebra Nagast, they call the cover what you call it now, the Ark of the Covenant, them call it Zion. See, them call it the tabernacle and Zion. All right, let me show you why they might do this. Because them don't really know Israel custom. Them don't know that the term Zion, even Rasta know this, you know. Even Christians know this, but the Ethiopians, them at the time, never know this. Zion is another name for Israel. But the Ethiopians, them will write this, think Zion means the Ark of the Covenant. That's why them say the heavenly Zion, the tabernacle of the law, because the Ark of the Covenant is a tabernacle. So them call it the tabernacle. So here is where them a plan now for thief the Ark of the Covenant. Or them claim Israelite priests were now stealing the Ark to carry it with Menelik into Ethiopia. See? But the Ark no name Zion. But all right, we not beat them too bad for that. You know what I mean? Let me continue reading. See, the tabernacle of the law of God, and by what God had promised unto Abraham, and by the purity and excellence of Isaac, and by his making Jacob to arrive in inherit the land whereto he was a stranger, Slakia, and his seed after him. All right. And when they had sworn thus to him, he answered and said unto them, come now, let us take our lady Zion. Them call it our lady Zion, the Ark of the Covenant. But we know that the Ark of the Covenant now have no name. Zion is the name of the children of Israel. One case and point, it even called our sisters daughters of Zion in the Bible. In the Bible, it refers to our sisters as daughters of Zion. So are our sisters daughters of the Ark of the Covenant? That does show you that even the Ethiopians never know them are. And you see, when you tell lie, you're going to make mistake. You understand? And this proves to you that, yo, brethren, the Rastafari and them all dear to something that was concocted by a bunch of idiots. I would be ashamed to be a Rastafarian right now. You understand? Let me read that again. And when they had sworn thus to him, he answered and said unto them, come now, let us take with us our lady Zion. But how are we to take her? I will show you and carry ye my plan, and if God willeth, we shall be able to take our lady with us. Long story short, we're not going to read all of this. Them put one log in place for the Ark of the Covenant. Take it, put it on a bull, axe back, and ship it, go down Ethiopia. That is a lie. And the Ethiopian church today still claim that them have the Ark of the Covenant. We're going to show you where the Bible said, oh. And bear in mind, when I read right, that's how you can go read it for yourself, you know. See? The Kebra Nagast is everywhere. You can find it, just Google it. You know what I mean? This was during the time of Solomon, them claim. See? But we are going to show you in the Bible, that even after Solomon, the Ark of the Covenant was still with the children of Israel. You understand? A trouble, you know, man. A problem, man. May I tell you, some serious problem, this rude boy. See? All right, let's find the scripture them now. So we're going to jump to 2 Chronicles chapter 9 and 31. See? All right. So just to make it clear, we're going to show you that Solomon has passed. No, dead. See? So bear in mind, you know, so we don't lose, you know, we want to focus, you know. What we just read was during the time of Solomon, while Solomon was alive. Now we're going to read to you that Solomon, after this now, is now dead. And we're going to show you that after Solomon dead, the Ark of the Covenant still there, Israel. See? 2 Chronicles 9 and 31. And Solomon slept with his fathers. What does that mean? Him dead and buried with his fathers. And he was buried in the city of David, his father. And Rehoboam, his son, reigned in his stead. Not Menelik. Not Menelik. Rehoboam. See? All right. Let me jump to another scripture now. So this is 2 Chronicles 35 and 1. Boy, it will get ugly, you know. Ugly bad. See? Moreover, Josiah Who is Josiah? One of Solomon's descendants. We are going to tell you how far from Solomon this is. One of Solomon's son, great grandson. Zin was a king of Israel. So bear in mind, case and point. Zin, Menelik allegedly went to Ethiopia and take with Solomon throne. No? Then why is Solomon great grandson still reigning on the throne? Josiah. Rastafari is in my madness, man. So, all right. This is, I must say, 35 and 1. Moreover, in Jerusalem, and they killed Passover on the 14th day of the first month. 2. And he set the priests in their charges and encouraged them to the service of the house of God. See? 3. And said unto the Levites that taught all Israel, which were holy unto the Lord, put the holy ark in the house which Solomon the son of David, king of Israel, did build. It shall not be a burden upon your shoulder. Serve now the Lord your God and his people. So I tell them, I chastise them, the priest them, say, look, you no need to put the ark in the temple and stop walk around with it on the shoulder. No, who is Josiah? We will show you Josiah. We will show you who really is Josiah. This is way long after Solomon. Long after Solomon dead. And remember, I know the Ethiopians, them claim say it get take away from Solomon time and gone down to Ethiopia. You know? See? And even to this day, if you go over there and talk to them stinking Ethiopian Christian priests, them are going to tell you, say, oh, we have it in here. Yet still nobody can put a camera in the temple in Ethiopia and show we say, yo, look, see the art there? Don't buy too much pussy in a bag. Too much pussy in a bag. See? Let me show you what I go on. This is the book of Matthew. Let me start where it says Solomon. Matthew chapter 1 and 7. And Solomon begot Rehoboam, which reigned after Solomon. And Rehoboam begot Slakia. And Rehoboam begot Abiah, and Abiah begot Asa, and Asa begot Josaphat, and Josaphat begot. These are all the kings them were reign after Solomon. All in Pitney them, you know. See? And Josaphat begot Joram, and Joram begot Ozias, and Ozias begot Joatham, and Joatham begot Akaz, and Akaz begot Ezekias, and Ezekias begot Manasseh, and Manasseh begot Ammon, and Ammon begot Josias. Now we count how much king that after Solomon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 generations after Solomon, the Ark of the Covenant still there. You understand? So, yo, share around this man. Tag a Rastafari and you want to have. You understand? All right, so we have to answer Bobo Lewis. He argue with somebody in the chat. He basically talk about the proof that this man believes that Selassie is still alive. Just wrap that round on the head for a second. That's schizophrenia, you know. That is schizophrenia. To believe that a man that... So, Bridget, you have news report that went out and said that Selassie's body was moved from him jailhouse where they bury him to a formal grave in somewhere in the early 2000s. And Rasta still believes that Selassie alive. That's schizophrenia, and we know what caused schizophrenia. Weed smoking. You understand? All right. One thing we'll cover. Then, one more thing. Oh, this is very, very important. So, where is the Ark of the Covenant today? Of course, you know that the Ethiopian bastards, them were lie, claim that they have it over there. To the modern time, nobody can take out a smartphone and take a picture, see it or a video. See? But we know where the Ark of the Covenant is. We're going to jump to the book of 2 Maccabees. Chapter 2, verse 4, and we'll read to 9 on a little patient. See? This is the book of 2 Maccabees in the Apocrypha. You understand? Chapter 2 and verse 4, and it said, it was also contained in the same writing that the prophet, being warned of God, commanded the tabernacle and the ark to go with him as he went forth in the mountain where Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of God. So this is that what I tell you. See in verse 5. And when Jeremiah, I said Jeremy is talking about Jeremiah. See, came thither, he found an hollow cave wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark and the altar of incense, and so stopped the door. So him find a hollow cave, put the ark of the covenant in it, along with the altar of incense and a couple other things and thing, and him lock the door, meaning them roll a stone. That is how you stop the door of a cave. You roll one stone or you put some pile of stones there. So in this mountain, them go back to the same mountain where Moses was. Why them go back to the same mountain? Because Moses was the one who, you know, this is me speculating. See, this is not biblical. But my opinion is Moses was the one who tell them how to build the Ark of the Covenant. So them go back to the same mountain where Moses climbed up, see, and hide the Ark of the Covenant there. So no. You might have said, well, somebody could have found it. Let's see. See? And when Jeremy came there, he found an hollow cave wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark and the altar of incense, and so stopped the door. 6. And some of those that followed came to mark the way, right, to mark the tracks, so that them could come back and check. Them try to mark the way, but they could not. Couldn't mark the way. See, verse 7, which when Jeremy perceived, he blamed them. When Jeremy asked them, no, or Jeremiah asked them, all right, so the mark the spot, and no, him start blame them. See, saying, as for that place, it shall be unknown until the time that gather his people again together and receive them unto mercy. So Jeremiah pick up and say, yo, we're not going to see it again, you know. I got that a while ago, you know. And we now go see it until God gather Israel again. When it's that is people that are the children of Israel. Why? Because the children of Israel are scattered. You understand? You will not ever see the Ark of the Covenant until they gather Israel again. This is a prophet, a real prophet. Not those filthy, disgusting Ethiopian pedophile priests, which we know that from your associate with Catholic Church, you must be pedophiles. Yeah, you can't go around. You understand? Those are not prophets, but Jeremiah, we know Jeremiah is a prophet. And him say, you now see it until God gather Israel again. So no, Ethiopia don't have the Ark of the Covenant. That's another lie. And that lie was started in the Kebra Nagast as well. I would just destroy the Kebra Nagast. No, tell me, you know, why you Bobo Lewis in the chat still a defend Rastafariism is the question. Pride. Pride, just like the scribes and the Pharisees them do. This is what the scribes and the Pharisees them do in the time of Christ. See, Christ raised Barnabas from the dead. Was it Barnabas? Correct me if I'm wrong about the name. See, raised him from the dead. And the scribes and the Pharisees, because they realized that Christ have real power and can do real miracles, and believe in them, believe in Christ, and I turn away from the scribes and the Pharisees, you know, kill Barnabas. Think about that head again. So a man raise a man from the dead. You tell me, say, you don't have a family member who you love that you would have want this man raised from the dead. You don't have a family member who you love that you would have loved this man to raise from the dead. You hate the man, son, you want power so much. Even the man prove to you, say, yo, I send him. You want power so much that you want to kill the man when just raised from the dead. Scribes and Pharisees, just see him there in our chat. As well as the Christian church, as well as the politicians, all of them, scribes and Pharisees, they will see the work that commanding general YAHANNA do, and they will still come up against it. But the Most High does use them so, you know what I mean, him can use them as an example. Bubba Lewis don't know why I'm in that chat here, you know. Bubba Lewis don't know why him over here so in the chat I argue. At the will of the Most High charge it. But you have to find out soon. You understand? Alright, so with that now, what we are going to do now, we are going to invite Bubba Lewis. Bubba Lewis, send we a request if you still want to join the chat. You know what I mean? Hold on. I think we have one more now. Hold on. Let me not jump the gun. Oh yeah, we have something that is also strange. A time lapse. A serious time lapse in the Nagast. Let me just address that. Bubba Lewis, hold on a little bit. Page 139. See? Let me find it. Page 139. Them say something strange in the Kebra Nagast. Something very, very strange. All right. Part 4, paragraph 4, line 1. Let's examine it. Paragraph 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So it says, when Azarias, so Azarias is the so-called priest who stole the Ark of the Covenant and bring it to Ethiopia, which we know is a lie now. See? And when Azarias awoke from his dream, he rejoiced greatly, and his heart and his mind were clear, and he remembered everything that the angel of the Lord had showed him in the night, and oh, he had sealed him with the sign of the cross. Wait. Which cross? What you talk about? Jesus no born it. You talk about 2,000 years before this thing was written in at the time of Solomon. Jesus no born yet. Which cross you talk? This is all you know that is the Christian church invent this. You understand? And them alone promote cross. When the Taino Indians used to use cross and say crosses. That's where the term come from. The term crosses come from the cross. I mean, every time there's that ship with the cross on it, there's crosses. Meaning Asia, paddock. Yeah. All right, so time lapse. So in the time of Solomon, them claims say one priest get sealed with the cross. When we know that this whole thing about cross started with Yahushua or Jesus Christ. See? Which was like, you know what I mean? What, 2,000 years ago? So you tell me, say 900 years before Jesus born, angel did put cross on people. Come on, man, you know better than that, man. You know that this is a modern day conspiracy. The cross already existed when they were writing this. So they make a misstep and put the cross business in it because Christians, they're not a discipline. You understand? All right, Bubba Lewis. Bubba Lewis said, oh, you does send requests. Oh, you do that again. All right, see him there. Bubba Lewis, you have the floor. All right, me send you an invitation now. You accept it. Me send you a request, so you accept it. Mr. Bubba Lewis. Then, what go on? Yeah, man, may I hear Mr. Bubba Lewis?
Yes, sir.
Yes, man. Shalom. Yeah, man, go on, man. Say what you say.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Oh, I thought you had the problem because you are the one in the chat making a lot. Eh? Go ahead.
Me, Bridget, you're God. Me have a problem really, brother,
Oh,
because
okay.
every man in this world,
Yeah.
a man could praise me in the whole whatever life you want, never understand. But when I hear you know talking certain talk on Selassie, I know I go on some fire. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Because the scripture share, right? In the first chapter in the scripture, it kind of clearly goes a man. Here it say, and God said, let us make man in our own image, after we likeness, and in the image of God. In the image of God, He made them both male and female. So that means the image of God is man and the image of man is God. You understand? So that means God literally is a man. So Rastafari now come and says God now, right? And the world fight it, right? But you people now,
Bobo Lewis, where are you from? Where are you from, Bobo Lewis?
Don't study where, hey, let me finish talk. Don't study where I'm from, but I will tell you after that. That's important. That's important, brethren.
I mean, I'm feelings. We can't ask you where you come from. You come from some Caribbean country.
We go talk about after, brethren, God, that small thing, brother.
All right, you know what the problem? The problem is, I am wondering why you're not addressing the Kebra Nagast. You thought we can mash up that way you just said a while ago, you know. But the point of this class is the Kebra Nagast. What you have to say about the Kebra Nagast what we just read a while ago? What you have to say about that?
Brethren, let me tell you something. The Kebra Nagast, right? It shows you Solomon and Queen of Sheba had sex.
Okay.
Right? And the lineage continue in Ethiopia, right? And also on Solomon's side as well. Right? No, hear this now. Remember that part of the Bible.
So what you have to say about all of the lies that the Kebra Nagast told that me just bring out?
Brethren, you could never tell me a book with no lies.
Okay, Dream 74, Dream 714 say he's Trinidadian. Brother, you Rasta.
Brethren, listen, tell me a book will have no lies.
The Bible. So him drop himself. Bear in mind, I did not drop him, you know. I just want to know, say, I know me drop him, you know. Him run a while ago, tell me a book that has no lie and him anything. Zin? Me tell him say the Bible. I hope him agree because guess what go on? A while ago we showed the truth out of the Bible and that the Kebra Nagast was telling lies. I think he also admits in the chat, if you probably scroll up, admit that he believed the Bible. Or probably another class. I remember definitively him saying believe the Bible. So him asks, which book do have lies? I'm tell him, Bible does not have not one lie. I'm tell you what have a lie, and many lies, the Kebra Nagast. And that is the foundation of everything where you believe in. You can't go past that. No care if you go back to, you can't skip what I just say and go to God made man in our image. So God is a man. You even say he made male and female. So why you not say the woman is God too? You understand? Because we not try to make Selassie God. We know that the Most High is not a human being. See? That we are trying to tell you. Because when we try to talk about no, the Most High is not us like we, like man. But the Most High is male. We know that. But him is not a human being. Him can't dead. So Selassie dead. Selassie dead. The God in the Bible can't. All right. Only left from God making man and Uno making Selassie into God. I think God made man. Why are you now making man God? Bobo, me now go against the Most High will. Yo, I must say the Most High kick you off of the chat, you know. Me now go against it. We give you a chance. You're gonna Genesis. We give you a chance to address the Kebra Nagast. Zin, you run Ghana Genesis and I talk about God make man in like we don't know say God make man in our own image. So all that we that have to do with Selassie. The thing is, when you think religion, all right, here what? Let me tell you, I'm going to a synopsis of what he just said. He started out by saying, we don't want to believe in our way and believe, and ray. So, in basically, I say, why we are not film thing? So, in basically, I say, why we not just do what we are do, and we believe, we no matter our thing a lie, right? I even say, no, this is what I'm saying, no. Tell me one book that don't have a lie. Meaning is admitting that some things that him believe in is lie. Brother, that is not how you serve the Most High. We don't believe that we believe no kind of lie, none at all. You see, we in the I.S.U.P.K, we believe that this is the truth. We know that this is the truth. This is not a game. This is not like one football team against the next. That is clearly what you think this is. That's why you say, you believe in our way you believe, and we that we not knock a man. No, brethren, read the Bible again. The Most High constantly knock other religions and the serving of other God. That is what you see we are do. Because we know what we know. Your pride are going to make you stay in a Rastafari, is it? Because you really don't believe in a God. You don't believe in a God. You is a kind of, make them do what them want to do over there, so. Yeah, man, them right too. No, that is not how God thing work. You understand? You don't believe in a God. Just like the Christian church, don't really believe in a God. We believe in the Most High. See? And that is why we have to come up against Rastafariism, and we have to come up against Christianity, politics, Muslim, everything that hold on with people. Because people are suffering. You are doing this as a sport. This is a sport for you. For we, this is life and death situation for our people. And with that, we're going to close out this class. Remember, tap up the screen, share around. You understand? Yeah, man. Bobo Lewis. Hey, I think you said you want a debate, you know. You're not qualified for a debate, brother. You're not qualified. You know what I mean? All right, here what I want to do still. Tag some of the big Rastafarian them in our class them from time to time. See? Tag the teacher them so we can have a discussion with them. You understand? Yeah, man. And prove, because Bobo Lewis is a small man in the Rastafarian world, you know. He's probably just a student. See, he don't know what I want. So he might come up against me, not knowing that him leaders don't even, him leaders can't come up against the UPK. See, so tag on the leaders, tag on the teachers, make them join with classes, and then make we debate to find out whether or not what we are saying is true or false. You understand? And with that, we're going to jump to the security announcements. This was a very interesting class. So somebody asked, Vlad the Kebaber said, can Siberian join the I.S.U.P.K? Siberia, I think, is in Africa. Siberia. Hold on, let me see. Siberia. I think that is an African country, brother. Hell no. Hell no, man. You're mad. Siberia in Asia. All right, no Africans, only blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians can join the UPK, the children of Israel. No Africans, no Asians, no Isa, that's the white man, no East Indian, only blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians who are the children of Israel. All right, yes, sis. Slack, yeah. Yeah. I realize here Russia. Yeah, man. All right, so this is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There are 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'aishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. All right, so if you want to support the UPK, go to ISUPK144.com. See, ISUPK144.com. I'm going to put that on the screen right now. See, you're going to see the blue button that says tithes and donation. You know what I mean? Pay your tithes. You understand? That is a commandment. Don't feed the Christian pastor. You understand? The Christian pastor does not teach the Bible. He's not priest. He's not prophet of the Most High. You understand? Them teaching a lie and them teaching a white supremacy. They molest on the children. They don't give back to the black Hispanics and Native Indian community. Command General keeps the children of Israel. You understand? If you should make Command in General YAHANNA, you would never have problems with your problems again. You understand? Of course, the rule over molest the children and teach us life. Anyway, all right, so it said, priest fund free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. So the next upcoming Holy Convocation is the Feast of Purim. You understand? This is the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. This is Sunday, the 5th of March, and Monday, the 6th of March. This is, you can find this in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 to 31. Reminding Akiam and Akwatiam, which means brothers and sisters, to check on social medias such as I.S.U.P.K 144, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we say I'm married, which means to stand. All right, Sarwapanya Akwadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Abanawa, Shabashamaya, Kwadash, Aya, Shamka, Yahawa, Malakwatka, Taba'a, Patazaka, Aya, Aisha, Warataza, Kawa, Aya, Bashamaya, Nathanlanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kawabwatnawa, Kasalatnawa, Kawabwatanawa, Wala'a, Thabaya Anawa, Panasayawan, Abal, Awashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Naka, Amalakwat, Wa'ala, Wathapara, La'awalamya, Aman. In English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever so be it. Amen. All right, this is the prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and their nations, and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Pasikamatasi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, army, navy, air force, marine, Wall Street, Rastafariism, and the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the Edens that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that has done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you always, so be it. All right, this is the prayer for the power in Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Baba Kwasha, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Larpa, Kalmakala, Wakalmadwa, Hakak, Lata'a, Amatazarayam, Hakak, La Akwaya, Mafia, Hakak, and Wakawat, Atama'ala, La Garasha, Basham Yahweh, Tuwala Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahweh. Thank you, so be it. This is the prayer for the blessings to bless Israel. Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh, Baba Kosha, Nathanawa, Slakia, Baraklanawa, Wayasharala, Wa'a, Wayatsapariam, Barak, Rapa'a, Magan, Hagan, Commanding General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the young men and the sisters, Ba'asham Yahweh, Tawada Aman. In English, what we said was, Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Jesus. Thank you, so be it. All right. Sorry, which means to turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K. Barak. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Barak a thumb. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Al-Thumb Ba'asham Yahweh. Yadimata, class dismissed. All right, so remember, you know what I mean? All right, remember, go over to I.S.U.P.K. on YouTube, I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica. Subscribe to I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica. Over there is where you can get the class in its, you know what I mean? It's full. In other words, when we share something on the screen, you can see it, as opposed to just seeing my face on TikTok. You understand? If we play a video, you can see it. If we play an audio, you can hear it the right way. So subscribe to I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica. Follow us on Facebook. You know what I mean? Follow this page as well on TikTok. See, we're up on Instagram. We're up on Twitter. You understand? Yeah, man. If you have questions, we'll be happy. Let me just scroll through and see if I see any questions. See? See any questions? The man says, Selassie is God. Don't say I did not tell you people. Time will tell. All right, sir. All right, sir. Bubba Lewis, be careful of what you do. You understand? Because you're over here argue with the prophets and most time. Be careful. See? And if Selassie was God, he should be not you. Selassie should be defending himself. Why? This is proof that Selassie is not God. How can Selassie be God in the first place? See? But anyway, this is proof that Selassie is not God. It takes Bobo Lewis to come over here and defend Selassie. So was it Selassie who kicked you off of the live a while ago? All right. Anyway, I don't see no questions. Yeah, man, big up Crypto Dan, big up yourself, brother. You know what I mean? Find the I.S.U.P.K in your city. Dream 714, we notice that you watch, you know what I mean, constantly as well. Sister, find the UPK, you know what I mean, in your city and in your town. You understand? Yeah, man. If you're there in Jamaica, call the number, link up, so you can come to class and thing. You know the thing already. Yeah, man. And with that, shalom. All right, we're going to play some music and then we're going to close off. Shalom.
On 44 shit, you know, man. Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit. Fine it, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I fade, iceberg. He don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, up to solid, circle tight, yeah. Back to still, thought that for my life. I ain't worried, I got rank through there, I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga. Watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately. You is not self. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming. But I see them conspire on the line. The fire, make this bitch here. Finna break this spin on kindness. I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. And it feel like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, though. So I brought this chemistry. Ain't coming like we coming. You can't even count. These niggas don't run it like we running. Bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. If you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, find it. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Oh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, back and still. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Niggas joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby showed it. Got it up the dust, I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that E-Line into a damn tank. I got chopper stash in the attic like they had Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your color. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine it. I ain't show no mercy, I'm gonna show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died,